Welcome back, players. As always, it's time to gamify your life. If you're new here, or maybe you've been here before, and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, let's do that now. And turn on the notifications so you can let me know what's real. And this content is something that you can feel. Today, we will be discussing knowing your position, understanding your position, and why it's important when it comes to this dating life. Let's get into it.
What have you decided you want to continually see in your feed? Because if it's a bunch of big booty Instagram chicks, then I'm probably not your girl. I'm probably not your girl.
And also how you choose to present yourself. Now, I want to ask you this too.
Yes.
Because as a woman who is, first of all, before the show even started, I love you. Was like, my goal is to be married.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? You want a husband.
Yeah.
So there's like a certain presentation to that, especially as a woman of faith.
This is what men say they want.
Right.
I mean,
why you laughing at
I
that?
don't mean
Why you
that's
laughing at
hard.
that?
Because I that's part of, again, that sober mindset is that I get to see the incongruence in a lot of people.
Oh, hold
'Cause
on.
they-
Wait. What is that? You try to see, pretty much that's the good nice way saying BS.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty much what she just pulled out.
And you know, it could be incongruent, but this is what men say they want.
This was years ago, but I was on a date with someone that I had been on a few dates with, and I hadn't seen them in a while, and they asked me to have brunch, and so I said okay, and I met them at this beautiful location in Malibu, and we're sitting at brunch, and he's like, so what you been up to? And we're catching up or whatever. And he goes into this whole thing about missing me, right? I've been missing you, whatever. And I'm like, well, I've been here. Like,
He miss you, but he ain't trying to be with you. He just trying to get with you, if you know what I mean.
which a lot of people say is a very kind of like passive aggressive way, or like a shirking responsibility, not really the most transparent approach, right? But I've been missing you. And I said, well, I've been here. I said, but I think, and I said this to him because this is how I talk. I said, I think that you have to make a decision because you say you want. I said, but what I see you pursuing is something else. And what I can tell you is that it's not a judgment of you. I just think you need to reconcile what the truth is. Because he had parents who'd been married for a long time, and that's what he was espousing, right? I want what my parents got, and da-da-da-da. I'm like, but what you're chasing and what you're positioning yourself for is something else. So I don't...
Powerful, right there. And this is what a lot of people need to get. What you are chasing and what you are positioning yourself for winds up being two totally different things. And a lot of people wonder why they don't get what they want in life. Or you dealing with somebody who's constantly breaking your heart. Or it seems like you getting the short end of the stick over and over again. Women would say they want this good man, this protector, a man with substance, qualities, values, and principles. But then get on the web and do the opposite of what that type of guy would want in his life. So whether you're too revealing, you on OnlyFans, you doing the most, and the guy you wind up attracting is the guy that wants to use you only for recreational use only. So it's super important, and it's the same thing, fellas. You want this quality woman that's submissive, cook, clean, and love you like your mother, but you don't bring no substance to the table. You don't bring a mindset. You don't bring no values or no principles. You may just only come with the finances and try to buy your way into the girl's heart. But if you can buy her, somebody else can buy her too. So it's more than just your money. You gotta have some kind of substance too.
think that you'll ever be happy or satisfied until you reconcile within yourself what the truth of what it is you want is. I said, because what I can tell you is that as much as I appreciate the success that you've amassed, because he was successful, and, I said, and I appreciate what you've done, and it's admirable. You are self-made, and you have done incredible things on your journey. I said, but there's no amount of dinners that you will ever buy for me that will get my panties off. So you really need to figure out what it is that you think you have to offer and what it is that you think I value, because it's never going to happen without real investment. And that's not what you do. And I get that that's satisfactory for some others, but it's not enough for me. And that was the last time we had brunch.
And you,
He was out of there. He was like, I mean, she kept it real. And he understood the assignment. This ain't for me, so he bounced. And it's important that you find people who are for you. But most of all, like she said, an important thing, what do you have to offer? So it's important that you work on yourself. Build yourself up, because you don't want to waste your time or waste someone else's time. Because when you don't know what you want and you don't put yourself in the proper positions, and you don't come to the table with a certain type of vision, this can give birth to some mistakes that you did not see coming. And this is how we end up with these broken families. Single baby mother, single baby daddy, crash dummy baby father, crash dummy baby mama, goofy step parents, and the list goes on. So it's important that we have a moment of solitude, figure out what we want, figure out what type of person we can see ourselves with, and what kind of qualities, standards, and values do you offer that person can get with. Because remember, you only want the person who wants you too.
you said that's not what he does. So so typically you find that this is the kind of brother that doesn't really invest much, takes you on a nice date, probably hit you with some smooth words, and tries to advance the sex. Essentially is what it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, the quintessential player here.
Yeah.
So sells the dream of marriage.
Right. But you have to like, it's really, and I'm not about judging someone, but I think it is about a level of honesty. Like, you really do have to tell more with yourself. Like, what is it that you really want? I said, because I get you have options. You're handsome, you're successful, you will have options forever. So it really is in your hands, your fate. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's why I was like, I've been here. So you can tell me I'm great all you want, but you're not pursuing me, and I know why. Because I require too much. And that's all right. I'm okay with that.
What do you mean by that, though? What do you mean what do you require?
I require discipline and intention. And I require a level of like investment in terms of time. And it's like, you can say, oh, I took her to this restaurant, I took her to that restaurant, and I'd be like, well, what's my favorite color?
I hate that question.
No, I get what you're saying. It's not really. Well, actually,
and
it is.
Colors? Are we still doing the colors now?
I'm interrupting just for a moment too, because going back to your earlier point, I can do it myself. I can pay for whatever restaurant I want to go to myself.
Yeah. I
have a nice car. I have a nice house. I have friends. I have a successful career. So I am emancipated to a certain extent, because those things don't entice me. So it kind of is a, what do you bring to the table that's not material? That is something that's compelling.
You find that brothers are having a hard time bringing those immaterial characteristics that you are looking for to the table?
Absent of the things that we focus on. I mean, we live in the United States of America. It's a capitalistic place. So, we are sold this dream of what it is to have success.
So in other words, she has all the materialistic stuff, but can you bring some substance? Can you bring connection? Can you bring the time, the quality time to the table? How well can you communicate? What topics can we explore? How wide does your consciousness expand? This is game, y'all, because a lot of people are just leading with their pockets, and it may work for some, but a woman who has her stuff together, who can buy her own and has her own, you're gonna have to go a little deeper if you're trying to bring her home. So fellas, understand what you truly want and what position are you playing. Gamify your life. Come to the table with more than materialistic shit. What's your mind like? What's your emotional state? Where you at consciously? Can you communicate in a way that can make her fall in love, G? And in order for you to do that, you gotta get 1% better every day. So you gotta work on your mind, work on yourself, so you don't gotta settle for less and you can go after the best. Stay sturdy, my people.